When you're being like lazy or being distracted or doing something you know you shouldn't be doing, or maybe like you should be working instead, but instead you're doing something to like just distract you and get some instant gratification or whatever. When you're doing that, when you're being lazy or like distracted, you should be focusing 100% of your attention on being distracted or being lazy. You probably see a lot of these like self-improvement channels recently. I'm not one of them. I'm not trying to be a self-improvement channel, bro. But you probably see a lot of these self-improvement people talking about like dopamine and whatever, and about how watching all this YouTube and playing games and doing all this shit will give you dopamine and dopamine's bad, blah, blah, blah. A lot of that's true, but I think a bigger issue is how chaotic your brain becomes when you're doing all this. When you know you should be working, but instead you get distracted, and this happens to everyone, you get distracted and maybe just like playing video games or listening to a bunch of music and fucking switching all your tabs and like reading all the YouTube comments, bro, and like switching YouTube videos every 5 seconds. When you're doing all this, instead of doing it like unconsciously and like doing it when you're unaware, you should be focusing on this, bro. When you're on YouTube and you're distracting yourself, or you're playing music, or you're playing video games, and you know you should be working, that's like that, you can call that bad, whatever, but do it and focus 100% of your attention on it. What's worse than all these dopamine hits everyone else is talking about is how chaotic your brain becomes when you're doing all this crap, like looking at videos and switching it every 5 seconds and having like 10 tabs open, bro. What's more important than the dopamine, in my opinion, is how chaotic your brain becomes. So when you're doing all this stuff, your brain becomes chaotic. It's not in a state of calm anymore. But I think you'll find that if you focus 100% of your attention on being lazy, and so I'm talking about if you're not being lazy, being distracted. So if you're going to be distracted and you know you should be working, be distracted. Go and play the game. Go and watch the YouTube video. Go on TikTok, blah, blah, blah. Go on social media, distract yourself. But focus 100% of your attention on it. If you're distracting yourself with TikTok or Twitter or Reddit or some shit, scroll on it, fine. Be distracted, but focus on it. Focus 100% of your attention on it instead of switching tabs, instead of having 10 other apps open. I hope you know what I mean. Let me know if you understand what I'm saying. I'm basically saying if you're going to be distracted, put 100% of your focus on being distracted. Because honestly, you'll find if you do this and you become aware of yourself being distracted, don't beat yourself up about it. Just focus on it 100%. You'll find that you may not actually want to be distracted and distract yourself and be on social media and doing all this stuff. You may find it's not actually what you want because you were just doing it unconsciously and you weren't being aware of it. And even if you are focusing on it 100% and you are aware of being distracted, you may still want to do it. You may not find that you don't actually not want to do it, but that's still fine, because isn't it better to be lazy and distracted with at least like your mind being kind of calm than it is to be distracted and have your mind fucking chaotic and your brain wavelengths are all over the place because you have 10 tabs open and you can't even focus on being distracted. You can't even focus on being distracted, bro. That's like, that. I know that makes no fucking sense, but you know what I mean. So if you're going to be lazy or be distracted, put 100% of your focus on it, because when it comes time for you to do the work like you actually kind of want to do, or maybe you don't want to do but there is some work you need to do, you'll find the work will be better if you were focusing on when you were distracted than if you were distracted and not even focusing on being distracted. Now you're probably like, how the fuck can you focus on being distracted? That literally goes up, that like defeats the purpose of being distracted, right? But my point is just, say you're on social media, as I said. Say you're scrolling on TikTok. Focus on scrolling on TikTok. Focus on getting the dopamine from TikTok, bro. Focus on the videos you're watching at least. At least do that instead of trying to focus on like 20 other tabs. You know what I mean? Because then at least your mind is a bit more calm than if you were fucking all over the place. So I hope that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense and subscribe to me. bro, please. And join the Discord. Join the Discord if you're not already in it. Love you.